Have you ever felt like life was dealing you one blow after another, with no end in sight? Imagine being a young student, full of dreams, only to have them shattered by a devastating diagnosis. Emily was just like any of us, with hopes for the future, until a rare autoimmune disease turned her world upside down. As her family spiraled into debt, struggling to afford her treatments, it seemed like there was no escape from their nightmare. But what if I told you that a single lottery ticket could change everything? This isn't just a story of luck. It's a testament to resilience and the power of hope. Stay with me as we unravel Emily's incredible journey from despair to triumph, and discover how one unexpected twist of fate can bring a ray of light into the darkest of times. Emily was an ordinary college student, full of dreams and aspirations. She loved spending her afternoons in the campus library, diving into books that transported her to different worlds. But one sunny afternoon, everything changed. Emily started feeling unusually tired, her energy sapped by an invisible force. She brushed it off at first, blaming late-night study sessions and too much caffeine. But soon, the fatigue was accompanied by mysterious aches and pains. After weeks of mounting concern, Emily finally visited the doctor. The sterile smell of the hospital and the hum of fluorescent lights only heightened her anxiety. She sat on the edge of the examination table, her heart pounding as the doctor entered with a grave expression. He explained, in a gentle but firm tone, that Emily had been diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease. Her body was attacking itself, and the road ahead would be fraught with challenges. The news hit like a punch to the gut. Emily's mind raced with questions and fears. What about her studies? Her future? She watched as her parents' faces crumbled, their worry etched into deep lines of concern. They had always been her rock, and now they seemed as fragile as she felt. Emily's world, once so vibrant and full of possibilities, now felt like it was closing in on her. As she left the doctor's office, clutching a pile of brochures and medical forms, Emily realized that her life would never be the same. She would have to fight, not just for her health, but for the dreams she had always held dear. Little did she know, this was only the beginning of a journey that would test her limits and change her life in ways she could never have imagined. Emily's diagnosis was a heavy burden for her family. Her parents, once full of laughter and light, now wore worry like a second skin. Medical bills began to pile up, a constant reminder of their mounting debt. Her father took on extra shifts, working late into the night, his hands calloused from the labor. Her mother, who had always been a stay-at-home mom, found a job at a local diner, juggling shifts to help make ends meet. Despite their efforts, the costs were overwhelming. Emily's treatments were extensive and expensive, each one chipping away at their savings. Yet, in the face of these hardships, a glimmer of hope remained. Her family refused to give up. They held on to the belief that somehow things would get better. Her younger brother even set up a lemonade stand, donating every penny he earned to help with her treatments. Emily herself was determined to stay strong. She continued her studies as best she could, balancing schoolwork with hospital visits and medications. Her friends rallied around her, organizing fundraisers and bake sales, trying to ease the financial strain. It was a community effort, a testament to the power of love and solidarity. One evening, as the family sat around their worn kitchen table, her father placed a lottery ticket in front of them. It was a small act, a moment of hope amidst the darkness. They knew the odds were slim, but for the first time in months, they shared a laugh. It was a brief escape, a chance to dream about a different future. Emily clung to that hope, finding strength in her family's unwavering support. Despite the sacrifices, despite the pain, they believed in a brighter tomorrow. And sometimes, that belief was all they needed to keep going. The days passed with a mix of struggle and small joys. But the lottery ticket remained pinned to the fridge, a silent beacon of hope. One evening, as Emily's father returned home from another long shift, he saw the ticket and decided it was time to check the numbers. With Emily and her mother by his side, he switched on the TV, the lottery draw casting a warm glow in their modest living room. The numbers were announced one by one. At first, there was silence. Then, disbelief. One number matched, then another, and another. Emily's heart raced as her father's hands trembled. By the time they reached the final number, a stunned silence fell over the room. They had won. They had actually won the grand prize. For a moment, they just stared at each other, unable to process the reality of their luck. Then, the room erupted in joyous shouts and tears. It felt like a dream, too good to be true. But the ticket was real, and so was the life-changing sum of money they had won. With the prize, they could finally pay off all the medical bills that had been weighing them down. Emily's treatment costs, once an insurmountable burden, were now a manageable reality. The sense of relief was overwhelming. Her father, usually so stoic, broke down in tears, and her mother embraced them both, her eyes shining with gratitude. This miraculous ticket didn't just mean financial freedom. It meant Emily could focus on healing without the constant worry of how to afford it. It meant her family could breathe again. The heavy cloud of debt finally lifted. For the first time in a long time, they could envision a future filled with possibilities and hope. Winning the lottery changed everything for Emily and her family. Overnight, their lives shifted from constant worry to newfound hope. The first thing they did was pay off every medical bill. The relief was palpable, like a heavy weight lifting off their shoulders. Emily could finally focus on her recovery without the nagging fear of financial ruin. With the prize money, Emily's parents made sure she received the best medical care available. Specialist doctors, advanced treatments, and state-of-the-art facilities were now within reach. Emily's health began to improve steadily, her strength returning little by little. The sparkle in her eyes, dimmed by months of struggle, started to shine again. But the turn of fortune wasn't just about money. It brought the family closer together. They had weathered the storm and come out stronger. They celebrated small victories. Emily finishing a semester, her mother cooking a favorite family meal, her father smiling more often. Each moment was a reminder of how far they had come. One day, Emily received an invitation to speak at a school assembly about her journey. Nervous but determined, she stood before her peers, sharing her story of resilience and hope. She talked about the dark days, the sacrifices her family made, and the incredible twist of fate that changed everything. Her words resonated deeply, leaving few dry eyes in the audience. As Emily stepped down from the stage, she felt a sense of accomplishment and gratitude. She realized that her experience, though painful, had given her a strength she never knew she had. The lottery win was a blessing, but it was their love and perseverance that truly saw them through. Their turn of fortune wasn't just about the money. It was about the renewed sense of purpose, the tighter bonds, and the unwavering belief that even in the darkest times, hope could light the way. With her health steadily improving and financial worries behind them, Emily stood on the threshold of a new beginning. She returned to college with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to make the most of the second chance life had given her. Her professors, aware of her journey, supported her with open arms, and her friends welcomed her back with warmth and excitement. Emily's days were filled with the hustle and bustle of campus life. She joined study groups, participated in clubs, and even took on a part-time job at the campus bookstore. Each activity was a small victory, a testament to her resilience and newfound energy. The girl who once struggled to get out of bed was now thriving, embracing every opportunity with gratitude and enthusiasm. Outside of school, Emily's family life blossomed. They moved into a comfortable home, free from the constant shadow of debt. Her parents, once worn down by stress, rediscovered their joy. They took family trips, celebrated milestones, and relished the simple pleasures of everyday life. The bond they shared was unbreakable, forged through trials and triumphs. Emily's story began to spread, inspiring others facing their own battles. She volunteered at local support groups, sharing her experiences and offering a listening ear. Her journey from despair to hope resonated deeply, proving that even the darkest clouds could have silver linings. She became a beacon of positivity, showing that with love, perseverance, and a bit of luck, anything was possible. One sunny afternoon, as Emily sat on a bench overlooking the campus, she reflected on her incredible journey. The pain and struggle of the past were real, but so was the joy of her present and the promise of her future. She had been given a second chance, and she was determined to live it to the fullest. Emily's new beginning was not just about surviving. It was about thriving. She looked forward to the future with hope in her heart and a smile on her face, ready to embrace whatever came next. And as she gazed at the world around her, she knew that her story was just beginning.